Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome. What's going on? Oh, look at that. They're lighting candles for Mickey Redmond's birthday. Look at that. Happy birthday, Mickey Redmond. Red Wings legend. I'm just now realizing my mic isn't close to my face. Sorry about that, everyone. They're lighting candles for Mickey Redmond's birthday. Happy birthday, Mickey. Happy birthday, big dog. Well deserved. Red Wings legend, after all. What is up, chatters? Let's chat them up. Hope everyone is having a wonderful holiday weekend. Hope everyone got goodies that they wanted for Christmas. I know I did. And Tom McClellan, 1 year on the 26th since being hired as the Detroit Red Wings captain with a record of 48, 31, and 7, .59 percentage record. 11th best in NHL since December 27th, 2024. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Tom McClellan has been nothing but great for this organization. Let's see here. 47 wins would be most since 2011-12. 101 points would be most since 11-12. 80.4 penalty kill. And then there was more. Just missed it. But undoubtedly so, Tom McClellan, it has been a game changer for the Detroit Red Wings since coming on as the head coach for the team. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Score predictions for the game. What kind of score predictions do we got for this game? Carolina, very defensive team. Detroit Red Wings, very high scoring team. Part of me wants to say that's going to be low scoring, but I want to go Detroit Red Wings 4-2. It's a statement game. It's a benchmark game for the Detroit Red Wings. How do you compare to a top team in the Metro? It's the top team in the Metro versus the top team in the Atlantic. It's a good night for hockey, boys and girls. Let's get it going. Come on, I got my coffee going and everything. Cheers. Here we go. Boys coming off of a red hot win before going into the Christmas break. Hopefully they all got the sleep, the juice, the food, nutrition, everything that comes along with it, getting to see the family, all the good vibes that come with that are now coming back, ready to play some hockey. They're showcasing Dylan Larkin coming off a red hot game-winning goal against the top team, Dallas Stars. 2 goals. Hopefully he can get another one tonight. They're showing Emmett Finney, who also played one heck of a game against the Dallas Stars before going into the break. It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game, boys and girls. Grab your drinks, grab your snacks. It's time to play some hockey after this commercial break, unfortunately, but hope everyone is having a wonderful night. Chatters, let's chat them up. Let's chat them out. Carlo probably won't be coming on until later. We are waiting for our good buddy Haskey to come on. Jake from 313 Hockey might make an appearance later. And then we are potentially having our good friend Michael Devolano join as well. So thank you for joining us tonight. Definitely appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Thank you so much. Hope once again everyone had a great Christmas. Hope everyone is having a relaxing weekend. What everyone get for Christmas? Let me know down in the comments. One thing that I got for Christmas, I got a remote start for my car. Comes in clutch. And what's funny about that is that it is not trying to showboat or anything. It is a new car. It is a 2025, but it does not come stock with a remote start. Everyone kept on saying, your car doesn't have it. Nope. Asked to see my keys. Tried pressing the buttons. Not coming along. But at least I got it now. I can stay nice and warm and cozy. Warm and cozy. Warm and cozy. And I got clothes. And my dogs got spoiled. I got a golden retriever, got an Australian shepherd. Spoiled dogs. Chewing on bones right now. But waiting for this Red Wings game to come on. My score prediction 4-2. Chatters, chat them up. Let me know what you think the final score of the game is. I did see in the lineup that James Van Riemsdyk is not in tonight. A little shocking. JVR not going to be playing tonight. They got Soda in there. They got Casper in there. No Kaner back, though. A little shocked by that. They obviously don't want to rush him back if they don't need to. They've been winning without him, which is a little surprising, to say the least. Patrick Kane on a great contract. 1-year deal. Do the Red Wings re-sign him? Maybe this is his final year of hockey. If the Detroit Red Wings make the playoffs, get bounced, does he come back for one more shot at it? Let me know down in the comments what you think if Patrick Kane should come back next year. Starting goalies, we got John Gibson versus Bussy. Bussy. Great record there. 11-1-1, 211 goals against and a 913 save percentage, one shutout. John Gibson's been in an absolute tear. The numbers don't quite show it, obviously, because of the bad start to the season, but great overall. Puck has dropped. Here we go, boys and girls. Let's do that hockey. I do really like Carolina's black jerseys. That's one thing I wish that the Detroit Red Wings did. And I know you can't mess with greatness. But what would be great is if the Detroit Red Wings had an alternate jersey, a black jersey. Just humor me a little bit. I would love it. It's more money for the Red Wings anyways. I don't know why they wouldn't do something like that, but is the Centennial jersey a third jersey? Is that an alternate jersey? It's technically an alternate. Yes. Third jersey? I don't know. Not quite sure. Ooh, good shot there to start off. That was off of, who was that? Rasmussen? Hate on Rasmussen all you want, but he's looked pretty good this month of December out there on the PK. Had a couple of opportunities, more than a few actually, this whole entire month. Primary assist guy on the JVR goal from the Dallas Stars game. I got a line change here. Let's get it moving, boys. JBD, congrats to JBD as well for the engagement. Him and his fiance announced today. Congratulations to them. Anyone been watching the World Juniors at all? I didn't watch today. I did watch yesterday, though. There was some pretty interesting hockey to be made. Sweden looks good. Team USA looks good. Canada struggled a little bit, but they also looked good. Coming back in the game late a little bit. There's an icing out there on the ice. Albert Johansson needs to start picking it up a little bit this season. He's being portrayed as one of the worst defensemen in the league. Ooh, off the post for Rasmussen. Yeah, that was one heck of a shot. Beating two players coming down the wing. Left side. Rings it off the right post. The Moose might be loose tonight, boys and girls. I got ASP as the first goal scorer for the Detroit Red Wings. Oh, bad giveaway there. After I was praising him too, Bernard Docker. Well, at least on his proposal, I was praising him. But bad giveaway there by JBD. Good block by him, though. Recovering from his mistake, and then Gibson able to get it off of that blocked rebound. Drew's back saying Raz sucks. Drew, I'm with you, man. Yeah, Raz, pick it up. Cop, anyone, someone pick it up. I might as well say that ASP sucks too, because I did select him as the first goal scorer for the Wings. Good job there by Gibson, making that save. And Moritz Seider. How you doing tonight, Drew? What's going on, good buddy? How are we feeling tonight? Did you get everything you wanted from Santa Claus this Christmas? Carolina is out 2 key players too. Seth Jarvis. And then there was a defenseman too that I can't think of the name. But I know they're out 2 key players, which is huge. And you have to take advantage of that. I got a hot goaltender with an 11-1-1 record. And Bussy. Not sure exactly what his story is, but you got to take advantage when you can against a hot team like the Carolina Hurricanes. That comes with hot goaltending and John Gibson starting off. Got to give my dog some camera time? All right. Let's see. Who can I get over here? Ellie. Come here. I'll get the golden for you, Scott. Come here. Come on. No, come up here. Come up here. Okay. I know. Oh. This is my golden. This is Miss Ellie. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Oh, there you go. Come here, Zuko. Come here. No, come here. It's okay, bud. Oh. And then this is Zuko. Say hi to the camera, bud. Do you see yourself? Yeah, good boy. Red Wings are playing. All right, there you go, bud. There you go. There we go. Yeah, I love my doggos. They're a couple of good puppies. Gave them some bones, some Christmas bones. Had like some marrow in it. They've been chomping on those for a little bit today, like an hour, because that's about how long they last with these two. Let's see, Drew. Santa gave me Toledo tickets. Toledo Rockets gear since my little bro has enrolled. Oh, congrats. Okay. I lived in Toledo for a couple years. I got a buddy who works actually at the university. So congrats to your brother for enrolling there, getting accepted. It's the only blue and gold I'll ever wear. I'm with you there. Go Rockets, though. Go Rockets. Very familiar with them. I graduated from Western Michigan, so sometimes they'll play each other, and our buddy will get us some tickets to the games. So very fun. Very cool school. They got nice facilities there. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, they are adorable. I love them. They're very good dogs. Currently in the process of looking for some new places to live, and I was telling someone how they're actually better off leash than they are on leash. They just like the tug. They're so excited to go play. They don't just run off chasing after squirrels or anything, which is super nice. Very convenient, very obedient. Good dogs. One shot on net for each team. Just 4 minutes into the game. Thanks for joining me tonight, boys and girls. I appreciate y'all stopping by on the Saturday night. Good save there by Gibson. Carolina just kind of coming down a little out of the slot. Face-off circle. Ooh, showing that nasty injury to Seth Jarvis, too. Ooh. That's got to be at least a broken rib going right into the net, hitting the post and basically folding like a piece of paper, like you would, like fold it into like hot dog or sandwich style, whichever. You know what I'm talking about? How in school they told you, oh, yeah, fold it this way, hot dog or sandwich. I clearly didn't pass that sector of grade school. Moritz Seider is like a cheat code on defense. So fluid on his skates and the puck movement. Just such a big boy. Do you guys like the nickname Moritz Seider? Ken and Mick weren't big fans of it. Are you guys big fans of Moritz Seider? It kind of hits. Kind of. I think you just kind of got to get used to it. Jacob Slavin, Drew, thank you so much. Yes, that was the defenseman I couldn't think of for whatever reason. They are out, Seth Jarvis and Jacob Slavin. Yeah, you definitely got to steal some road wins for sure, especially coming up against the top team in the Metro. If you win here, like they were saying earlier before the game started, if you win here, you become first in the Eastern Conference. Not a big deal at all. Where at this time last year, the Detroit Red Wings were almost dead last. Now we're top 5. Whoo-wee! What year is it? I saw someone say that on Twitter. Someone posted that. Once he's won it, sure. Who's that? Ryan. Once he's won it, sure. Once who's won it? Low shooting game to start here. 6 minutes in, 2 shots each team. Make that 3 now for Carolina with a good save there by Gibby. Some traffic there. The cider name. Okay, gotcha, Ryan. Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to jinx anything. That's for sure. Moritz Seider, German engine that never stops. Kid's just unreal. Very fortunate to have that type of player on the Detroit Red Wings. Drew, Fire Eiserman, Aziz. The haters have been very quiet lately. I don't know if you guys are also on Twitter, but they have been very quiet. I know on Facebook it can get very toxic over there. I actually don't go on Facebook very much. Twitter's pretty much my main source of social media as much as I can consume. That might actually be my New Year resolution, one of them. Maybe take a slight step back, but we'll see. Who knows? What about New Year's resolutions? What's everyone got? Anyone got anything fun? I think mine is going to be my New Year's resolution is to read 10 books. Not really a big reader. I'll read articles online, but like picking up a book, sitting down, reading it, it's always been very tough for me to just sit down, just thinking in my head, reading a book. I typically forget what I read 3 lines in what I've read. So it's very tough for me to pay attention and focus while reading a book. But that's my New Year's resolution. Get smarter, get stronger, up in here. And obviously just keep, you know what? My New Year's resolution is that if the Red Wings make the playoffs, I'm buying playoff tickets. That's a good resolution right there. Yeah, you do need to get yourself a Moritz Seider jersey there, Drew. I concur. Santa didn't bring you one this year? Wow. Yeah, actually, you know what? No, I do have a Moritz Seider jersey. I have the red and black barber pole one. What was that? Was that Stadium or was that no, that was Retro Reverse. I got the Retro Reverse jersey, Moritz Seider. That's one of my favorite jerseys actually for the team. Oh, Gibby, you got to collect that a little bit better. Carolina kind of stole the puck there, but I always break mine, so I stopped making them. Resolutions are hard, man. They really are. Really are. But I think the best way to start a resolution isn't to put a date on when you're going to start and just kind of telling yourself that you're just going to go do it and do it before January 1st. Because I've been at that point too, where it's like, oh yeah, January 1st, I'm going to start going to the gym, or January 2nd, 3rd, whatever, the first week of January, I'll start going to the gym. I've done that before and I just never end up going. So your 2026 resolution is to attend a playoff game at LCA. If they make it, hopefully they do, Ryan. I hope they do. But if they do make it, then my resolution would be to. So I guess my resolution is to save up money in hopes for a Red Wings playoff game. That will be my resolution, but also to read 10 bucks. Read 10 bucks this year. Next year, 2026. I'll read 10 bucks. That's my resolution. Also, maybe to buy a house. That would be nice. My dogs need a yard. My dogs do need a fenced in yard. Big one. Maybe some chickens too. Who knows? Red Wings finally applying pressure here in the ozone. 8 minutes in. Still only 2 shots on net. Nice shot off there by Larkin. Whoo! Johansson just got rocked into the boards there. Oh, you got to get that, Gibby. There you go. Carolina's applying a little bit of pressure here. Gibson's doing really good on his rebound control. As Carlo likes to say all the time. It's been unreal, his rebound control. The eyes don't lie. The season of saving, October to November, 13 starts, 4-7-1 record. December, 8 starts, 8-0-0, 212 goals against, and a 927 save percentage and 2 shutouts. Detroit's longest win streak since 07-08, I think it said. Insane. Gibby. I kind of wonder what they're going to end up doing with Talbot. Oh my goodness, what a save, John Gibson with the stick. Oh my God, that was absolutely nuts. That was so close to going in. Oh my God. Oh my God, another, what? That just went off the crossbar. Oh my God. What is going on? What a chain reaction of events right there. That was absolutely insane. John Gibson better be kissing the post. There you go. Oh, you got to get that one. No. Oh my God, John Gibson just looks absolutely unreal out there, but the defense needs to pick it up here. Get the puck out. There we go, boys. Yeah, get a quick change out there. There you go. Absolutely insane. Now the shots are 9-2 Carolina. Oh, the Red Wings are just getting bunched out there, and John Gibson comes in making the glove save. What just happened? All right, so a bad giveaway there. Who was that? Bad giveaway by who was that? I think it was Edvinson with a bad giveaway going behind the net. Wow, John Gibson in the post. Absolutely unreal. 10 shots to 2 Carolina now after that. That was just an unreal shift by the Carolina Hurricanes. Just completely smothered the Detroit Red Wings in their own zone right there. Both teams just going back and forth with shifts like that, though. Carolina's much better than the Red Wings, though. Red Wings need to pick it up a little bit here. Drew Johansson, I was real high on him last season when he broke out with the coaching change. Thought he'd improve this season. Big disappointment. And wow, Gibby. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Albert Johansson. It could be a couple different things. I mean, obviously, sophomore slump is the easy indicator that you can call out. Um, the pressure that he's putting on himself to not play his regular game. Obviously, other teams have a little more indicators on the type of game that Albert Johansson plays. Maybe other teams are just reading that a little bit better. And Albert Johansson feels like that he has to make the harder decisions out on the ice and just not maybe the mind is there and he's just not able to put it out on the ice. But yeah, I would agree. Albert Johansson, kind of a disappointing season so far. Still plenty of time left. About 3.5 months to go. So hopefully he can pick it up as time goes on, or else Steve Yzerman might have to think about, who knows, packaging him up, including him in a deal that upgrades the defense, try and get a top 4 D pair. Oh, Zuko, it's okay. My dog hears some noise outside. It's okay, bud. Good boy. I know the Red Wings need to get more shots on net. They just got their 3rd shot on net. What, 10 minutes into the game? Boys got to pick it up. Find some momentum here. No, to 12 minutes into the game, basically. Drew, I'd give Gus a look again down there. Don't think it would be any worse. It could maybe get some trade value down the road. Yeah, I see your point there. And we have seen Gus. He got to play one game. I don't think that's out of the question. The only thing with Gus is that his defensive play really isn't there. It's not much better. The Red Wings, when they did sign him, it was for the offensive side. But a look's a look. We're still winning with Albert Johansson in, night out. We actually haven't taken him out all season. So don't fix what's not broken. Albert Johansson stays in until otherwise, maybe along down the stretch. Eventually the Red Wings are going to come to a point where, and I hope not, but there's going to be two losses in a row. But now would be the time where Steve Yzerman has to decide, is Albert Johansson going to ever be a top 4 defenseman for us? No. Is he going to be a decent 3rd pair in the NHL? Steve Yzerman has to make that decision. Not really anytime soon, though. But that is a question that you have to ask in preparation for next season or even come trade deadline. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's not perfect. It's getting the job done. It's kind of like putting duct tape on a panel of your car or bungee cords. They use strapping to keep the hood or the trunk on your car closed. It's kind of just like a little patch for now. But I mean, Albert Johansson, he's still got one more deal on his contract at $1.125 million. It's not the worst contract in the whole entire league in terms of 3rd pair left-handed defensemen, too. There's probably plenty out there that are much worse. For a season or two, we were saying Ben Sherratt's contract for a left-handed D was pretty bad. Now it's looking like one of the better ones out there. Ooh, the Red Wings skate to Ray right there. Gibby. I don't know if he got his pad on that one or not, but incredible save there if he did. Maybe Carolina just missed it wide a little bit, but they were on the rush there, and they definitely could have scored there. Now shots are 12-3 in favor of Carolina. get you're on the road, but the boys need to wake up a little bit. ASP just getting a little burned right there with the saucer pass. Nice pass there by Taylor Hall. Who is that? Cocaine Niemi that missed that? Who's 77? Now I'm trying to figure out who that was. Wings got to pick it up, though. Hope the chat's doing well tonight. Hope the chat is doing well tonight. Thanks for stopping by. And Michael Rasmussen scores! Michael Rasmussen moves 1-0 Red Wings. Let's freaking go! Let's freaking go, Drew! And it's all because of you, Drew. It's all because of you! Let's go, Red Wings! Yeah, just a little dump in there. Ooh, nice backhand pass by Confirm. Raz coming down the slot like that. Ooh, Drew, he sucks so bad. Drew, it's always you, bro. All right, who's the next one? Keep it up, Drew. Come on, keep it up, buddy. Man, insane. That was great. Man, the Red Wings might be down in shots, but don't count them out. Don't count them out. Moose. What a sick goal. Let's get pumped, chat. Let's get pumped out here. Come on, let's freaking go, boys and girls. Let's freaking go, eh? Oh, here we go. Are we about to get another one? No, very close, but keep the pressure in the zone. Alex DeBrincat with the puck. Passes it across the ice. Applying the pressure in their zone. Gets pickpocketed. Carolina clears out of their zone. Carolina is very good at getting the puck out of their own zone. Battling for the puck, getting the puck retrieval, getting it out of there. Justin, been waiting to watch this game for the past week, but because I'm deployed in Poland, ESPN Plus blocked the game. Thank you for having this stream, man. Justin, I'm sorry to hear that. You're all the way out in Poland and ESPN Plus has this game blacked out? Make that make any sense? Buddy, I'm sorry, Justin. That really sucks, but glad that you find enjoyment out of us streaming tonight. Thank you so much for joining. Definitely appreciate you stopping by, as well as everyone else. Thank you, chats. Let's chat them up in here. Drew, Justin, got Ryan, plenty of others up here chatting them up. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday night and holiday weekend. Getting very close to the new year. 2026 resolutions. If you guys are now just joining in, if you guys didn't hear, got a couple resolutions. At least read 10 books because I don't like to read. It's just not one of my things, but I'm going to read 10 books this year. You guys can hold me to it. Read 10 books this year. Save up money in hopes that the Red Wings make the playoffs so I can buy some playoff tickets and then buy a house. New Year's resolutions. There you go. Let us know down in the chats. What are your guys' New Year's resolutions? And let us know what kind of goodies Santa brought the boys and girls of Hockeytown this year. I said earlier, I got a remote start for my car. It's fantastic. Bloop, bloop. Just got to push the button. Car starts, heats up. Loving it. It's perfect. Drew, this may be one of those games our goalie has to steal. I would agree. Gibson, this would be one hell of a game for him to stand on his head. So far, he's looking up to the task. That reminded me of Franz and Snapper. How about this? Gibby is soft, always letting in softies. Oh, Drew. Oh, no. Eventually, at some point, it's not going to work. And it might hurt us. You never know. But you did it in the Dallas game. You did it this game. It's worked. Man, Rats just coming down the slot like that all alone. And yeah, that snapper. Yeah, that did have a Franzen-esque type of rhythm to it, didn't it? It's fantastic. Justin, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. For everyone else, if you have not already, go ahead and like the stream. Hit the thumbs up. Definitely appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up. That is free to do. Subscribing, if you guys have not already, subscribing is appreciated. That is also free. You will never have to pay me. I am here to bring joy to the good fans of the Detroit Red Wings. Just like me. I'm just another fan. Here hanging out with y'all. Just wanting to have a good time. Michael Rasmussen going down on one knee right there. That was very odd of him. Sir Rasmussen going down and taking the knee. I'm not very good with accents, as you guys can tell. Except for my Canadian accent. I don't even know if that was Canadian, but and Comfer getting the stick in there for the deflected shot. Kokaniemi is 82. Who was 77? I was going to look that up earlier. Jankowski. I'm going bold. Ooh, cider fan. 5 to 12 shots. Detroit Red Wings winning 1-0. Carolina leading in the shots category. And net, you got John Gibson for the Red Wings. And then in net for Carolina, you got Bussy or Boosie. And bad giveaway there. Was that ASP? Just giving the puck up in the slot like that from behind the net. Wow. ASP definitely has some lapses here and there. Yeah, was that? Oh, no. So that wasn't ASP who gave it up. Okay. So the Carolina player was able to pass that into the slot. And Dylan Larkin taking a high stick in the face there. Oh, yeah. From Carrier. Are the refs going to call that? Power play for Detroit would be nice, but no dice. Doesn't look like it. Boo. Give the Wings a power play, eh? Marco Kasper on the faceoff loses it there. Elmer Soderblom on the race. He's got Nate Danielson on the wing. Nate Danielson with the shot, and it is saved by Bussy. Marco Kasper, come on, buddy. This would be a really good game for you to start picking up the points a little bit here. Get a goal going for you. Get the monkey off your shoulder. I'm feeling a goal here on this shift. I'm feeling it. Soderblom right there on the side of the net. Could have tucked it in right there. Good pressure. Good shift there by the fourth line or third line, kid line, whatever you want to call it, honestly. Kasper, Danielson, Soderblom. John Leonard, does he get a goal tonight? Does he continue the hot streak of lighting up the lamp for the Detroit Red Wings? Marco Kasper coming down the wing with some speed. Ooh, and he just gets rocked. Absolutely rocked. Gets up real quick, heads off the ice. Oh my goodness, Marco Kasper. Wow. Gotta keep your head up there, kid. Got absolutely annihilated there. Yeah, you gotta. Ooh. Who was that? Who hit him? 22? 21? Nikishin. What a dog. I mean, I obviously don't want Marco Casper to get hurt or anything, but that was one hell of a hit. That was actually a really good hit. It's only a matter of time before the league changes their minds on Soderblom's stick length. It honestly is a cheat code. Him, Edvinson, they both got some really long sticks. It is funny if you ever get to go to LCA and if you go to the team store, in the way back, they have the autographed and like game worn section stuff. And it is always funny to, I'm not the tallest guy myself. Go up there and find, Simon Edvinson stick or Soderblom stick, and you stack it up next to you, and the stick is taller than you. It's so funny. It's absolutely incredible. That Casper play shows he's off his game still. Yeah. Yeah. I think Casper is just, it kind of comes down to I've said this on a couple episodes. I think that some of these young kids are trying to play too hard and they're trying to make things happen that aren't actually there. They're still learning the game, obviously. Plenty of these kids on this team haven't even played 2 to 3 seasons within the NHL. So it's going to take them some time. Marco Casper, you hope for a rebound, resurgence, whatever you want to call it, but eventually you get there. If not, then we're going to have to wait and see. We'd better hope that Nate Danielson continues his growth as well. But good save there by John Gibson on Gus Asper. Gasper coming down. Woo! Yeah, beating someone like ASP there. Sometimes I miss Ghost Bear. Lord Venom, where's Carlo? Carlo is baby duty right now. Carlo might be in the chat. I don't know. If you guys call out his name a couple more times, he might appear. I don't know. I could shoot him a text, but if you guys keep asking for him, maybe he'll just arrive. I don't know. But thanks for joining us, Lord Venom. Definitely appreciate it. Everyone in the chat, everyone joining me tonight. Hope everyone's having a great night, a great Saturday night, joining me for this great game of hockey against the top team in the Metro, Carolina Hurricanes, and the top team in the Atlantic, the Detroit Red Wings. And Dylan Larkin getting into it behind the net there, kind of getting shoved down the ice a couple times. Drew, you don't want to say that Dylan Larkin's softest captain in the league? Maybe he'll put up another 2-goal performance. That would be really nice. Love seeing Dylan Larkin proving the haters wrong. Yeah, I've seen them. I'm 6'2", and Elmer's stick is huge for me. Yeah, I'm like 5'9", Drew. So makes you feel small, makes me feel tiny for sure. Or Venom Gibson is a beast this game. Yeah, Gibson's looking really good this game. 15 saves so far in the first period with under a minute to go. Red Wings 6 shots, 1 goal for them. Nice to see Gibby finally finding his groove. Yeah, I mean, hot December for Gibby. It's wonderful to see. Everything's clicking for the boys. Gibson, his rebound control has been fantastic. Drew, now that's an encouraging stat. Hurricanes have scored third most goals in the first. Wow. Okay, I just missed that. Okay. We shut them out. We shut them down thus far. Yeah, great call out, Drew. That's huge. And the Detroit Red Wings, I believe, still lead the league in most goals scored in the second period. Hopefully we get to see that. That would absolutely be fantastic. But the Red Wings walking out of this period with just 5 shots on net. Carolina just whizzing down into our zone. Gibson with another glove save right there. Little floater. Tipped a little bit. Drew thought about calling out Dylan Larkin. Yeah. Richard, hey, what's up, Richard? Thanks for joining and commenting there. The Griffins 0-0 after 1. Who are they playing again? Yeah, the Griffins are having a red-hot season, too. We can talk about them a little bit. If you guys didn't catch it, we did have Elaine Shercliffe on the podcast to talk about Grand Rapids in their hot season so far. Oh, who are the Griffins playing? Milwaukee? And what is that? What is that logo? Is that a refrigerator? What is that? Richard Johnson, can you tell me about the background story to Milwaukee's logo there? A refrigerator holding a hockey stick. That is interesting. What was there? A penalty shot in the game too? Sorry, boys and girls. Zuko got all riled up, started barking. He's my alarm system. Who needs a Ring camera light when you got a good dog like Zuko to ward off the scaries? Okay. Thank you, bud. Hey, come here. You want to go on the chat? Chat wants to see you. You want to come on the live chat? Come here, bud. Come here. No, Zuko doesn't want to come on the live chat. Miss Ellie probably does, though. You want to see the chatters? You want to chat them up with the chatters? All right, come on, Miss Ellie. It's live intermission. Come on. Come on. Live chatters want to see you. Come here. Come here. Oh, you're okay. There you go. Live chatters want to see you. There you go. Oh, yeah. Chatters want to see you. Well, you got to look at the camera. You shy? I think she's a little shy. Okay. Stop. All right, I got the loud, obnoxious one here. Free chatters. There we go. Intermission puppo break. Right, Zuko? Yeah. Chat up to the chatters. Yeah, good boy, Zuko. Yeah. Mwah. All right, showing some puppo love. There you go. Woo! Just a little shetty spaghetti, though. Dogs are shedding. Losing their winter coats. Even though it feels like winter just started like a couple weeks ago. The Larkin hate is ridiculous. He has had no teammates and soft coaches most of his career. Yeah, I'd agree, Lord Venom. And who would have thought that all it took really was to get a Lucas Raymond, Alex DeBrincat. Minus Alex DeBrincat, it's all kind of come through the draft. Dylan Larkin, all he needed was some young kids to make him play a little bit better. And I hate that everyone just kind of looks at the stats of Dylan Larkin. He plays a really good defensive game. I think that's highly underrated on Dylan Larkin. I think people need to start recognizing that a little bit more, especially this season. The Detroit Red Wings, like Drew said, Carolina, third most goals scored in the first period in the National Hockey League. Red Wings shut them out. Shots are what? What are they now? Last I saw it was like 15 to something. Let's see here. 16-5. 16 shots on net in the first period for the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Detroit Red Wings shut them out, keeping them shut out. Hopefully they can. In the second, hopefully the Red Wings can light up the lamp a little bit more too. Drew, we're going to lose Dan Watson. Is this contract up at the end of this year? It'd be interesting to see him get a head coaching gig. He's a good coach. The Griffins definitely need to win the Calder, though. That would be nice. Yeah, Richard Johnson, the Milwaukee Admirals. Yeah, refrigerator. Scott, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love my darling doggos. They're good pups. Drew, I'm dog sitting in my mother's 18-year-old geriatric Jack Russell. How he still has the energy. He does amazing. 18 years for a dog. That is very impressive, though. Still kicking it. Love all dogs. Love all cats. I love all animals. Except for spiders. Snakes are all right. Yeah, I don't do snakes. Or spiders, actually. Sorry. Not a big spider guy. And at my place where I live, you get lots of critters. Some big old spiders. Ain't that fun? Yeah, they were just talking about Tom McClellan there. Just yesterday, officially 1 year since Tom McClellan was hired as the Detroit Red Wings head coach. Let's see, what was the stat line on that once again? I can pull that up for everyone. 48, 31, and 7 record for 103 points for Tom McClellan and the Detroit Red Wings since he was hired on December 26th, 2024. Let's make it 105 points tonight, eh? Let's get her going. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're showing it. Okay. 599 win percentage under Tom McClellan, 11th best in the league since his hire date. Incredible stats. Incredible stats. The Red Wings literally have not been this good in 14 seasons, almost 15 seasons. Like, what are we even doing? What were we even doing? Ken Holland, my boy, over there in La La Land, as I like to call it in Los Angeles, California, La La Land. For those just joining, thank you for joining me tonight on this beautiful Saturday night to watch this epic showdown of the top team in the Metro, the Carolina Hurricanes, versus the top team in the Atlantic, the Detroit Red Wings. In their centennial season. Chat, do you guys got centennial jerseys? And if so, which player do you got? I still got to get me one. I know, I've been slacking on it. Seems like every game that they rotate the players, because the last game I went to, they didn't have a Lucas Raymond one. I think that's who I would want to get. Maybe Dylan Larkin, only because of the C. I think that makes sense. I would love to get a custom one, though. Like Gordie Howe, Steve Yzerman. Maybe one of those guys. I think that would be really cool. Get a custom ordered one. Drew, he's deaf and half blind, but he's still full of energy. Oh, hopefully he doesn't run into many things. The PK is the biggest difference this year, hands down. Other areas are also better, but this team's kryptonite last season was the PK. I would agree. PK has been really good. It's definitely top 15 now. Power play has been, it's been lackadaisical a little bit, but it's picked up. The 5-on-5 scoring has definitely improved a lot as well, Drew. You can toss that in there. I think that on top of PK has been the biggest turnaround is the 5-on-5 scoring. Red Wings were relying a lot on the power play last season, being a top power play unit in the league for quite some time last season. Thanks to Alex Tanguay. And I was critical on him for quite some time. He's proved me wrong. And I'm okay with that. And I will let you guys know when I know I am wrong. Because it happens a lot. Oh. Lord Venom, I'm waiting for my tax return to get a jersey. Ooh, yeah, okay. Okay, Lord Venom, if you could pick a player, which player are you going to get? Has anyone gotten an Emmett Finney? An Axel? Nate Danielson? Nate Danielson would be a pretty cool one to get. Gotta kind of be careful with these young kids, though. Gotta be very careful. You just never know when someone's going to get traded. I know, I'm not trying to put that out there. Really not. Really not trying to put that out there, but you always got to be careful. Justin, I got my Eisenman jersey on. Hey, there we go. Flames in the chat for that one, for that jersey. Flames in the chat for that one. Whiskey and Wings. Hey, what's going on? Oakstar, what is going on, everyone? What is up? Welcome. Thanks for joining me tonight. Definitely appreciate it. Hope you guys are enjoying the game. It's an exciting matchup. What is up, Oakstar? What is up? Whiskey and Wings. That was a hard period to watch. Yeah, if you're a Wings fan, it was a little brutal. Somehow walked away with Michael Rasmussen scoring a goal thanks to Drew. Drew, and it's all because of you, buddy. Calling him out. Drew says the Todd Father effect. The Todd Father definitely comes with an effect, and that's to make this team great. And he's done that. His team is fantastic. Who had the Red Wings pegged first in the Atlantic going into the Christmas break? Not I. I did not. Lord Venom, I want Raymond. My son wants cider. Can't go wrong with either of those two options. You literally cannot go wrong with those two options. They are lifelong Detroit Red Wings players, for sure. They will never go and play for another team. Cash Money, yo, how's it going, bud? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for joining us tonight on this epic matchup of the Carolina Hurricanes and the Detroit Red Wings. Red Wings up 1-0 thanks to Michael Rasmussen once again coming down the slot. The nice pass from JT Compher. Was that assisted by anyone else? Just Compher. All right, Michael Rasmussen for his 5th goal and JT Compher getting his 8th assist on the season. There we go. That's stuff that we like to see there. That's stuff that we like to see. Whiskey and Wings. Finney is switching his number next season. Shouldn't get his jersey yet. Really? Is that public news or is that just an inclination based on what he wore in the OHL? Cash Money. I got Patty Kane jersey. Ooh, the Centennial Patty Kane jersey. Honestly, if you can get one of those signed, that could be something one day for sure. If you're into that type of thing, I know a lot of people don't look at it from the perspective of, oh, this could be worth something someday, but there probably can't be too many of those out there. A Detroit Red Wings Centennial signed Patrick Kane jersey. Oh, makes me feel good inside just saying that. I love that. Now I kind of want it. Cash Money. Let's go to a game together and see if we can find one. Justin, I wanted to get a Finney jersey, but I haven't seen any yet. Yeah, who was that? Whiskey and Wings said that Finney will be switching and says that Finney is switching to 32. So Justin, might be worth it for you to just wait, or if you're feeling yourself and risky and you just want to get a custom one made with just his name on it, later on get the numbers, could do something like that for sure. Oh, yeah, now they're replaying the Rasmussen goal. Good steal there from Compher. And then Rasmussen coming down the slot once again to get that puck on net and get the goal in the first period for the Detroit Red Wings. Drew, but no one has 32 currently. Good point. Good point. No one has 32 right now, so what stopped him from taking 32? Isn't 32 a goaltender number anyways? Don't goalies usually take those numbers? Cash Money, I got just the regular white one or white away one. I want the Centennial one. Yeah, I got the regular white one as well. Patrick Kane jersey. Yeah, if I could get a Centennial signed Patrick Kane jersey, whew, best believe it would be going up on the wall for sure. Right now, I just got Daddy Datsuk, my pride and joy. And I got that photo is signed by him as well. My dad actually won that in a raffle one year. So that was pretty cool. And then I got Darren McCarty, who has been an honorary guest member of the podcast. Yeah, we have had Darren McCarty on the podcast. If you guys have not seen that, you can go back and find that. That was probably a year ago now, at least. It's been quite some time. Hopefully, Darren McCarty is doing well. I do see him always in whatever commercial he's doing. That man's always on the move. I watch Woodward Sports here and there and then see him on there. Real great guy. Easy to talk to. Had a lot of fun with him being on the podcast. Should try and bring him on again soon if we can. That would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. All right, I got a feeling that this second period is about to get underway here soon. So I am going to go get some more liquids and be right back. I'll be right back, chat. What is up, chat? Welcome back. And it looks like I came back at the perfect time. Detroit Red Wings, ozone time, 6-8 compared to Carolina, 5-10 chances. Carolina, slot driving plays. Carolina 8-3. On man rushes 4-1. Carolina. Puck battles 1. 70% Detroit, 30% for Carolina. That's huge. That's huge. Puck battles are going to be huge in this game, especially a tight defensive team in the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm actually quite surprised at that stat line, but good on the Red Wings hanging in there. Good on the Red Wings hanging in there. Second period is about to get underway here. Thanks for joining me once again, boys and girls, on this beautiful Saturday night. Oh, now they're showing some World Junior clips of Max Plant, Detroit Red Wings former second round pick in the 2024 draft. In his first game, 1 goal, 3 shots on net. Carter Bear was scratched the first 2 games. Eddie Gemborg, 1 assist in 1 game. Second round pick this past draft. Michael Prattle, 1 game, 1 goal against, 971 save percentage. Third round pick this most recent draft. Michael Severchek, 2 games, 1 assist, 2 shots. Fourth round pick, 2025 pick. For Carter Bear. That Team Canada is just so freaking stacked. It's all first round picks on there. I saw someone posted on Twitter. It was Liam Greentree, I think is his name. Greentree is his last name, but he only played like 2 minutes on the fourth line for Team Canada in their first game. I was like, my God, that could be Carter Bear. Cash Money says, I do have a signed Eiserman jersey. Ooh. You can't ever wear a signed. Do you guys wear signed jerseys? I've never been a fan of that. Every time I go to a game and I see someone with a bunch of signed or a bunch of signatures on their jerseys, I was like, that's begging for someone to steal beer on it. Oh, Red Wings had a good rush there with JT Comfer and co rushing the net. Net comes off. Bussy with the save there. Who was that on the rush with him? Mason Appleton driving into the net. Drew says, when I moved to Vegas, I met Brad May while he was live on a podcast. Had no idea I was on the Golden Knights XM radio show. I yelled, "Let's go Red Wings," and he called me over to interview me. That's pretty cool. Heck yeah. Max Plant, baby. My autocorrect is not a fan tonight. I picked up what you were putting down there, Drew. I picked up what you were putting down there. No, that's pretty cool though. Yeah, I've never met Brad. We had Ryan Hanna on the show. Real nice, real humble guy. But I've never met them in person. Maybe one day. That would be really cool. We get along with all the other pods as well. They're all great guys. They all do great stuff. We're always more than happy to have them on, just talk shop about Detroit Red Wings hockey. That's what we're here for. And I appreciate y'all stopping by and joining me tonight. Thanks again. Definitely appreciate it. Cash Money, no, it's locked in the glass case. Good. Keep it that way. You don't need that thing out and about. Even dust appreciates it. Whiskey and Wings. Finney is switching to 32 for his idol and neighbor growing up, Christopher Stieg. Ooh, interesting. Is that in writing, or did he say that at one point? I'm interested to see that somewhere. I might have to look into that. Whiskey and Wings. Ooh, good save by Gibson. Hopefully he's not injured there. That puck caught him up high. Whew. Who clapped that? Number 21. Is that Nikishin? Yeah, kind of caught him up high, right in the neck. That's why neck guards are important. Drew, yeah, I told him I moved out there, was buying a Thomas Nosek jersey since he was the Red Wings prospect at one point that they selected. Yeah, and he was traded back in the day, Thomas Nosek, and I think it was like a third and a second for, it was either for Zidlicki or it was for that center that we got. I can't remember who it was though. Yeah, Thomas Nosek could have ended up being a decent player for the Red Wings. He's had a pretty decent NHL career, for sure. Another Ken Holland situation there. Trying to keep the playoff dreams alive for the Red Wings. Don't be so soft, Gibby. Shake it off. Drew. Hey, 16 saves so far. Shots are 16-7, Carolina Hurricanes. Oh, Nate Danielson with a nice drive in, and then Soderblom getting that save, collecting the puck, keeping it in the ozone. Or is that Lucas Raymond? Yeah, Lucas Raymond. Got the first line out there. Emmett Finney chasing down the puck. There we go. You like to see it. Bad bounce there, passing the puck back. Oh, who am I thinking of someone else than Drew? Didn't the Red Wings also have? Or is that the same guy? Because the Red Wings traded him, and then he was an expansion pick. What team was he on? And Carolina scores. 1-1. Blake, number 53 on Carolina. Is that Tippin? Oh, yeah. That puck got tipped in for sure. A lot of traffic in front of the net. Ain't no way Gibson could see any of that. Oh, yeah. Got tipped twice even. Drew, I told you. Eventually, you keep on picking on these guys. Pucks might get in. We won't put this one on you, though, good buddy. Callie Yarncrow. I do remember that name. This game's tied up 1-1 now. Hopefully the Red Wings stat line of being the highest scoring team in the second period can come to fruition tonight, because they truly need it. Help Gibson out a little bit here. Get some offensive pressure going, get the momentum going. There you go, Seider. Bussy down on his butt after that shot by Seider. Alex DeBrincat been a little quiet lately. Need him to kind of get back onto the score sheet a little bit. Carolina on an odd man rush there, and somehow they messed it up. Oh, nice score. Wow, John Gibson did everything there that he could. Carolina almost messed up a bad on-man rush. Beats the Detroit Red Wings. Carolina now leads 2-1. 15:23 left to play in the second period. Myron Seider and Simon Edmondson back on defense for the Wings. Who was that just came in sliding like that? John Leonard. Just completely blew a tire. Couldn't pick up the man on the back door. That eventually led to that goal. Got the inclination that, although the sheet might not say it, but John Leonard has played over 6 minutes so far in this game. Being up on the second line with Andrew Kopp and Alex DeBrincat. We were talking about Patrick Kane earlier, but John Leonard might be the odd man out if the Detroit Red Wings decide that Patrick Kane is ready to come back in the lineup. I'd imagine he's ready now, and the Red Wings just aren't trying to push it. Because why? It's like we said earlier, why fix it if it's not broken? The Red Wings have been winning without him. Drew, this wasn't his fault. Soft defense. Yeah. Yeah, John Leonard blowing the tire definitely doesn't help. Seider went in aggressive. I don't think he really needed to be as aggressive as he did, pinching and trying to steal the puck. Good defensive play there, though. Just now. Okay, well, I burnt out my trash a player. Have them score abilities. I'll get back to cheering them on. Yeah, because they definitely could use it right now. They need some cheering on. 22 shots to 7 in favor of Carolina. Wings down 2-1. Coming off of the Christmas break. Oh, and wow. Carolina just missed an empty net basically there. They got very lucky. That was very close. Yeah, Red Wings defense needs to pick it up a little bit here. If they call cross-checking on Simon Edmondson here, I swear. It's a nice little puck battle into the boards. That's all it is. Boys being boys. Red Wings aren't doing a very good job of getting the puck out of their own zone this game. And they finally clear it for an icing, which is exactly what you don't want to do. So now everyone's got to stay out there, tired. Ooh, big reverse hit there from Nikishin on Rasmussen. Oh, who is that? Eric Stahl missed that wide open net shot. Absolutely incredible. Whiskey and Wings. Wings just don't want to skate tonight. Got old, broken down Jordan Stahl blowing past four Wings defenders like it's 2008. Oh, that's too funny. I was just talking about the Stahl brothers the other day, actually at Christmas. As we were talking about the Quinn Hughes trade and how many how many players that were brothers have played on the same team. And we were trying to figure out if it was four or three. Couldn't quite figure out the team, but we're trying to figure out how many brothers played on the same team at once. Andrew Copp laying the forecheck, big hit. Appreciate y'all joining me tonight on this Saturday against the top team in the Metro, Carolina Hurricanes, against the top team in the Atlantic, Detroit Red Wings. If you guys have not already, hit that like button on the stream. Definitely appreciate that. Also, hit that subscribe button. Doing both of those are free. Never going to ask you guys for money. Just want to have great conversations. Ben Sherratt, go into the naughty box, the penalty box, which is what the Red Wings don't want to do this game, is be penalized. And end up going down on the score sheet again. But yeah, Whiskey and Wings, Red Wings just got to skate a little bit better. You can definitely tell that the Christmas break was maybe a little too kind for them. They got a little too cozy, a little too comfortable. But again, this is a really good Carolina Hurricanes team. Granted, like we said at the beginning of the stream, you got to take advantage of Carolina missing out on Slavin and Jarvis. And you got Bussy in there. Bussy. I don't know how to say his last name, so I say it both ways. Got good record, though. 11-1-1. That's a good record for a goalie. Wings just got to pick it up. Who's going to be the difference maker this game? Who is it going to be? Who's it going to be? Dylan Larkin coming in clutch with 2 goals last game. Maybe it's him. Eyes Rohan in the chat. I'm the difference maker. Things Eyes Rohan would say. That's pretty funny. They certainly could use you out there, buddy. Someone, anyone. John Gibson, good save there. Off the faceoff. Too hard of a pass. Is that icing? Nope. Icing cleared. Moritz Seider going in there. Nice. Dylan Larkin fighting it off, keeping the puck in the zone. Loses it. Yeah, their ozone possession time has been really low so far this second period. 4-on-4 hockey. So it's not just OT Benny Sherratt, the overnight assassin in the penalty box, the naughty box, as some would call it. Carolina's just cycling the puck and the Red Wings defensive zone, though. 2 things, Red Wings so far this game. Low possession in the offensive zone. Not able to clear the puck in the defensive zone. Carolina is taking advantage of the Detroit Red Wings defensive play so far in the second period. That is hurting the Red Wings right now. They need more smelly salts tonight. Yeah, they need something. They definitely need something. They can't lose on Mickey Redmond's birthday either. That's illegal and not allowed. That's a hefty fine. Red Wings almost had a breakaway there. Albert Johansson losing the puck, can't make the pass. Not really a gripe or a rip on him, but yeah, Albert Johansson needs to figure it out and just leaves the puck and drops it off. Almost picked off. Gives it over the cop. There we go. Let's get some momentum going, boys. Let's keep it in the zone a little bit. Dare I say, to see Andrew Copp, who's had a fantastic month of December, as well as some other Detroit Red Wings players this month of December, having great months. Taylor Hall with the puck now. Still so freaking good. Getting up there in age. Wow. Yeah, the Carolina Hurricanes are just getting behind the Detroit Red Wings and exposing their defensive play overall and really just clogging up the Detroit Red Wings' ability to get anything going in the offensive zone, especially this period. More than even the first period. You only had 6 shots on net the first period. Gotta get something going here. Something has got to get these boys going. You don't want to be going into the new year on a bad start. And you don't want to end this year on a bad note either. So the Red Wings got to start picking it up here. Although they do get to come back home, play against the Toronto Maple Leafs tomorrow night. I will fortunately be able to go to that game. Red Wings versus Toronto Maple Leafs. Would not be shocked if the Red Wings wear their Centennial jerseys tomorrow. I'm not sure if they are or not. Against their Toronto neighbors, or Canada neighbors, the Toronto Maple Leafs, I should say. Yeah, I might have to go buy some smelling salts and help out this team. John Gibson with the glove save there, making his 26th, or facing his 26th shot of the night for his 24th save of the evening. Red Wings still only 8 shots on net, have not even touched double digits. It's not good. D1 Bolical DRW. I don't know how you say your name. Toronto is bad. Yeah, Toronto's having a really bad season. Guess Mitch Marner wasn't really all their problems. They just fired one of their coaches too. Derek Lalonde, Snoozy, taking over their power play for him. That's going to be interesting. He was a good coach for them in the Tampa days. Got to think eventually it starts to click for him. Who knows? It was fun while it lasted as the Detroit Red Wings head coach, but Just wasn't the right fit. Tom McClellan, the Todd father effect. It's truly real. His 1-year anniversary was yesterday. Chatters. 1-year anniversary of Tom McClellan being the Detroit Red Wings head coach. What is his record? It's like 43, 31, and 7 for 103 points. That's like 86 games total. That's like a 98-point pace within his first year as a Detroit Red Wings head coach. That's a playoff team. That is a playoff team. What do you guys think, chat? What does the chat think? Are the Detroit Red Wings a playoff team? Obviously, currently in the standings, they are. But if Steve Yzerman doesn't make any moves by trade deadline day, let's say he doesn't upgrade, doesn't sell, doesn't buy, no nothing, can the Detroit Red Wings maintain this and be a playoff team? I say yes. Some would say, no, you have to go out there and reward these guys and make an upgrade. I don't know if I like that terminology, calling it a reward. You have to reward these players for the good season that they had by going out and making an upgrade. So you got to trade one of the players to bring in another player to reward some of the guys on your team now. I don't really like the messages that get sent across like that, but I understand it, right? Because you look at players like Lucas Raymond, Dylan Larkin, Moritz Seider, Patrick Kane, Alex DeBrincat, guys who have been on here for quite some time. Time is now. So whatever you can do to help not only just solidify yourself as a playoff team, but make sure that's not just a first round bounce, only playing 4 games or 5 games. You want to be competitive once you make it into the playoffs. Getting there is the first step. How long can you stay in there? Is where it gets tough. So we'll have to wait and see. Cash Money says, yes, the Red Wings are a playoff team if they don't make an upgrade by trade deadline day. Drew says they're a playoff team, but not a contender. I would agree with that. And if you're going to go out there and make an upgrade, don't expect on the level of Quinn Hughes, probably nowhere even close to that. You're making an upgrade that probably makes your team fractions a little bit better if you don't want to go out and spend a lot. I mean, you look at the trades that have taken place recently. Mason Marchment fetching a second and a fourth. That's a lot. I will say I would be interested in trading the 2026 first round pick for a top 4 defenseman that is under the age of 27 years old to be ASP's partner for a long time. I would be interested in doing that. Lord Venom, yes, the Red Wings are a playoff team regardless if Yzerman makes a trade or not. Yet the torches might really start lighting up if he doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I'm not just going to say for hockey or Red Wings fandom, or even Detroit sports fandom. I think it's just sports in general. What is it about fans that I get that you want to win championships and that it's very hard to build the perfect team without going out and make trades because in season, there's obviously injuries or whatever happens. Something might not be clicking. Something might not be working. That just happens. But what is it with fans insisting that giving up 4 years worth of picks, or maybe that's a little over exaggeration on my part, not even 4 years, but I was thinking more on the Quinn Hughes level, right? Where it was 4 years worth of stock. Three really good players, prospects, whatever you want to call them, young players in the NHL, and then a future first round player. It was a lot. Carolina Hurricane player down. He was kind of turtling on his back a little bit there. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but that was interesting to see. Yeah, I don't know why fans are so inclined to give up futures for the small fraction percentage of the likelihood of you being a contender. I don't think that there's anyone you could go out and get. Even if you traded for Connor McDavid, if Connor McDavid, for whatever reason, just hypothetically was available for trade, if the Detroit Red Wings sent them 6 first-round picks, you're probably a contender. Are you going to win? Absolutely not. No way. I don't even think Connor McDavid would save this team to be a Stanley Cup winning team. Starts with rounding out the defense first. Drew says you get a good, solid top 4 left-handed D. They may be a contender. Maybe. I think this team is just so young, lack of experience. Dylan Larkin only has 1 year playoff experience. Lucas Raymond doesn't have any. Seider doesn't have any. Finney, Danielson, ASP, Johansson, Edvinsson. There's a lot of players on this team with no playoff experience. JBD, you can throw him out there too. Has Alex DeBrincat even played in the playoffs? Chat, let me know. Chat him up to me. Let me know if Alex DeBrincat's played in the playoffs before. Lord Venom, the trade has to be smart, yet there has to be a trade sooner or later at some point. Yeah, I would agree. If it's not trade deadline, then it's in the offseason. I can see Steve making an upgrade somewhere, and it starts on defense. I don't see how it's anything else. I think even someone like Steve knows that. You look at the pipeline, there is not a top 4 left-handed D coming out of this cupboard of prospects that we have, what we currently have in Grand Rapids. It's really just not there. Unless some of you think that it's Albert Johansson. But he's having a really bad year. He's got 1 more year left on his deal, $1.125 million. Would prefer to keep him on the third pair. Good chance, honestly, if you do make an upgrade without having to move on Albert Johansson in the package deal, good chance Albert Johansson could be a 7th defenseman for the Red Wings, or you push him over to the right spot on the third pair. I would like to see the Red Wings re-sign Ben Sherratt to be on the third pair. You have Ben Sherratt, Albert Johansson on that third pair. That would be really good. 5 minutes left to go in the second period. Shots 29, Carolina 9, Red Wings still down 2-1. Carolina not allowing the Red Wings to get any offensive pressure going. And Carolina has spent a lot of time in the Detroit Red Wings defensive zone. There's Moritz Seider getting into it with Kokan Niemi in front of the net a little bit. Seider getting a little feisty out there. You love to see that. Red Wings good, says Alex DeBrincat has played 9 playoff games. Okay, so a little bit. That's 2 rounds. That would be 2 rounds, obviously. Yeah, math is mathing. 7 rounds or 7 games in 1 round is the max. So 2 rounds right there. Maybe no, that wouldn't be 3. No. Just 2. Math is hard. Scott, something has to happen soon, or Larkin and DeBrincat are going to age out. Yeah. And Carolina scores, making it 3-1. Shane Ghost Bear. Incredible. 30th shot on net. Poor John Gibson, just not getting any offensive help to keep the puck out of the defensive zone. Good shot. Over the shoulder. Past the head. Wicked shot. Just a really good shot. I don't think John Gibson could have saved that one. Drew, what are your thoughts on that goal? Think Gibson could have had that one or what, buddy? I don't know. Really good shot by Ghost Bear. Once again, sometimes I miss Ghost Bear, but at least for the offensive side of it. But that's what we got ASP for, hopefully. Getting the notifications that I think Gustafson just scored for Grand Rapids Griffins. So there's that. Speaking of Gus, oh no, it was Dries. Oh, Gus got the first goal for Grand Rapids. Nice. Ooh, Larkin getting dumped into the Carolina bench there. Oh boy, Sider, not a good look, buddy. Oh, that's got to tee him off. Oh yeah, he did not look too happy after that one. Number 28. Who did that? Who's 28 on Carolina? Carrier. Man, dumping Cider into the benches like that. Don't disrespect my dog like that. Don't disrespect my cider dog like that, Carrier. Come on now. So yeah, going back to Scott, yeah, are going to Larkin and DeBrincat are going to age out. I mean, yes and no. I don't think you see Larkin and DeBrincat start to really fall off for another 4 to 5 years. So you still have plenty of time. That's a lot of growth for look, even someone like Cider and Raymond, they're still elevating their game year after year. I don't think we've seen either of their ceilings. And that follows suit with Edvinson, Casper, Danielson, ASP. We still NBN. We have a lot. Dmitry Buchelnikov is overseas. We got Trey Augustine, Sebastian Kosa. We have a lot to look forward to. But overall, Scott, I do agree with you that yeah, you gotta do something before you lose out on your 1C and one of your better wingers on this team for sure. To the point where you can maximize their skill sets when you get into that cup contending window, which I do foresee. This is just me spitballing. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I foresee the Detroit Red Wings being cup contenders and their window being there in the next, I would say within 3 years, they'll be a cup contender. They make the playoffs consistently by that third year. So what would that be? That would be the 28-29 season, call it. Hopefully the Red Wings are cup contenders by then. They should be. Plenty of these young kids should be NHL ready going players by then, for sure. Yeah, no soft goal there, Drew. I agree. Shane Ghost Bear. Sider looks like he wants this period to end so he can go and get pissed at everyone in the locker room. I would agree. Yeah, Sider does not look thrilled. I bet you Raymond's probably feeling the exact same way. Probably Larkin too, honestly. But this team, they're spending so much time in their defensive zone. By the time that they get an offensive opportunity, they're just so gassed. Like here on this sequence, on this shift, it just looks like Carolina's always on a power play. Get the puck out. Come on, Appleton. Yeah, just a really bad period by the Detroit Red Wings. And then there's Albert Johansson just clapping it, ringing it around the board. He's so freaking tired. Can't really do anything else. Red Wings finally in the offensive zone with a little bit of pressure here. Let's keep it going. Got to cycle the puck a little bit. Shots are 32-9 with less than a minute and a half in the period. Ooh, good pass there by Rasmussen over to Comfort, who couldn't put the puck into the net. Good opportunity there for their 10th shot of the game. Now an odd man rush there. Good stop there by Simon Edvinson. Gotta get more pressure going, though. Gotta keep that momentum going. Even if it's just the end of the period, Wings gotta get something going. So that way you can come into the third hot, making a closer game. John Gibson getting pushed in the crease there a little bit. Oh, John Gibson going down again a little bit. Uh-oh, hopefully he's not injured. That would not be good if John Gibson's now injured. Some of you might be thinking Sebastian Cossa call up at that point if John Gibson is injured. I don't want anyone to get injured. Yeah, you could tell that the boys are happy that that period's over. That was a rough period. Red Wings outshot, outscored that period. That was just an ugly period all around. Shots that period, Carolina 17, Detroit 4. Carolina got more than the first period. Red Wings shot less than the first period. Carolina scores 3. Red Wings obviously 0. Shot totals 32-9 in favor of Carolina. Red Wings winning in the faceoff department 54%. 19-16 hits. They got 10 block shots to Carolina's 3. Carolina doesn't really need to block any shots considering Red Wings aren't shooting the puck. Red Wings 11 giveaways, Carolina 9. Carolina has 5 takeaways this game so far. Brutal period for Detroit Red Wings. So looking at the time logs here, going back to John Leonard, ever since that little misstep that he had, blew a tire a little bit on that. I believe it was the first goal or maybe the second goal, but he only played not even 3 minutes that period. I would assume that Patrick Kane would be probably coming back tomorrow for tomorrow's game against the Toronto Maple Leafs. That or they rotate John Leonard for James Van Riemsdyk, who is out this game. They do have Elmer Soderblom out there with Casper and Nate Danielson. I will stop and take a moment to say thanks for joining me once again. Hope the chat is doing well tonight. Red Wings are unfortunately down now 3-1 against the top team in the Metro Division, Carolina Hurricanes, against the top team in the Atlantic Division, the Detroit Red Wings. Late goal for us could change this game. Fingers crossed, Drew. Think we got to cross him harder. Might have been because of me. I didn't have him cross, so I do apologize. Place blame on me, buddy. That's my bad. Yeah. Well, Flocka, Drew, Flocka. Whiskey and Wings skidding in mud. Yeah, it was brutal, especially towards that end. Boys were drinking too much eggnog during their Christmas break. Too much Netflix. Didn't expect that bad of a period. Top 3 worst periods of the season. I would agree. It's tough to remember every game's moments, picking them apart by periods, but I would agree with you, Drew. Maybe top 3 worst period of the month for sure. I don't know about the season so far. Yeah, it was just brutal. Once again, no offensive, unable to get any offensive pressure going because Carolina was doing so well in the Red Wings defensive zone. And the Red Wings couldn't clear the puck at all. So but by the time that you get the puck out of your zone, you got to dump it. You're unable to get any momentum going. No pressure. How do you come back after 4 days off and not show any interest in competing? Todd's got to be furious. Yeah, Todd's got to be furious. Sider looked like he was not having a good time out there, especially getting knocked into Carolina's bench. Dylan Larkin, Lucas Raymond, not just Todd. I think all 4 of them got to go out there and get the boys going, get the blood flowing. The Islanders game, pick any period, takes top 2. Fair. Fair. The first 2 Islanders games, brutal. Yeah, what was it? The first time we played them, they scored 4 goals on us? Or was that the second game? And I think the first one they scored 1 or 2 in the first period, and then in the second it was like 3 or something like that. So fair, Drew. You got me there. All right. And I would not put any of this on John Gibson. John Gibson's actually had one heck of a game. Boom Boom Rocks. Yo, what's up? Thanks for joining us tonight. Score is 3-1 Carolina. Red Wings entered the second period up 1-0. And Carolina just brought the pressure on the Detroit Red Wings on the defensive end and were able to score 3 pretty good goals. On-man rushes, power play goals, you name it. Very, very rough second period for the Detroit Red Wings. Very, very rough. No offensive pressure whatsoever for the Detroit Red Wings at all that period. 4 shots on net compared to Carolina, 17. Shots are in favor of Carolina, 32-9 total just in the 2 periods. Absolutely terrible. Even though the Red Wings are down, I hope everyone is having a great Saturday night. Thanks for joining me once again, watching this Detroit Red Wings versus Carolina Hurricanes game. Hope everyone is staying warm, cozy, and toasty. And I hope Santa got everything that you good boys and girls, Detroit Red Wings fans, asked for this year. Gibson is why it's not 6-1. Yeah, Drew, I would agree. This would be a way high scoring game if John Gibson was not in that. No offense to Cam Talbot. If he was in that, it would probably be 6-1. Whiskey and Wings, Carolina just scored as many goals as we had shots in the second. No. Red Wings had 4 shots. They only scored 3. Give them a little grace there, Whiskey and Wings. Oh, that's just so bad. That's bad. And I'm sure that's something that Tom McClellan's saying something to them in the locker room too, is you guys just allowed them to score just as many goals as you guys had shots. Absolutely pathetic. It's a crap show. It's outrageous. The boys got to get it going. Might have to make a new drink during this intermission. Scott, this has been a nice change of pace. What's been a nice change of pace? Hopefully not the Red Wings losing. We don't want them to lose. We do not want them to lose. Hi, Rohan. When do we see Kosa? And I think our Balaco DRW friend is replying to you saying never. No, we'll see Kosa. We'll see Kosa at some point. Hopefully John Gibson isn't injured, though. I don't really want it to come down to an injury as the reason why we see Kosa. It might be the only way that we see Kosa. I don't think we'll be at the point where we're trading one of Gibson or Cam Talbot. Unless the Edmonton Oilers are really desperate and they're willing to give us a second-round pick for Cam Talbot. I'll take a 2030 second-round pick from them. Why not? Futures are futures. All right, chat. BRB. I'm going to go get my drink. BRB. BRB. Be right back. All right, chat. I'll come back with a drink and some cake. Leftover cake from the holidays that my cousin made. Thanks, cousin Noel. I don't know if you're watching, but thanks for the cake. It's like a it's like it had chocolate on it on the top. And it's like frozen. I'm losing it. It's so good. Sorry for eating in front of you, chat. So good, though. Drew says we'll only see Kosa if both goalies are playing like trash or there's an injury. Whiskey and Wings says they better show up against Toronto tomorrow. Toronto is finding their game since firing their assistant coach, currently beating the Sens. Uh-oh. Scott says watching the game on Sportsnet Ontario on mute and listening to your commentary and reading chats with a few beers. Hey, man, that's a pretty exciting life, honestly. Could be worse. Definitely could be worse, but I get you. I get you. I wish I was on a yacht live streaming for you guys. Now that would be fun. Maybe we can convince Carlo to allow that. That would be really cool. Thanks for joining us as always, guys. Definitely appreciate it. Sorry once again for eating this delicious cake in front of you. It's so good. Bana. I don't know how to say your name fully. Thanks for joining. The Hurricanes missed 4 wide open nets too. 3 in the first period and 1 in the second. Yeah. It should be a higher scoring game on Carolina's end. A little bit of luck. Post luck. Carolina getting a little unlucky. I would say it's more Carolina is getting unlucky than the Red Wings getting lucky. Carolina's at least converting it into goals. Red Wings are allowing the goals. Picked up my dogs earlier. Now I'm getting hair all up in my cake. Can't get hair up in the cake, chat. No hair in the cake. Most shots allowed through 2 periods, 58 shot attempts, 32 shots, most since October 26, 2024 versus Buffalo, who had 33. Wow. Crazy stat of the day. That's just one of those games. Red Wings got to pick it up, though. And how do they do that? By not being pressured in their own zone as much, getting some offense going. Mo Sider getting dumped in the bench. I bet you that highlights all over Twitter right now. So unfortunate. He's going to have to live with that. Probably his whole entire career. It's not that big of a deal, but for 2 right now in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs against the Ottawa Senators. Better for us. I guess technically if Toronto beats the Sens. As much as we don't like Toronto, we don't want them to totally tank and get a top 5 pick that is protected. I don't believe they own their first round pick this year, actually. Let's see. They do not own their first round pick this year. And the Boston Bruins own that. That was in the Brandon Carlo trade. So, yeah, you don't want Toronto to get a top 5 pick, and that goes to Boston. I want Toronto to finish low enough to be able to get first, but get the 6th and lose the pick. Again, though, that's going to go to Boston. So take your pick. Do you really like it? It doesn't matter. I mean, Toronto won't get the pick, but I don't really want Boston to get a top pick either. The Red Wings were very lucky in the first period. I would agree with that. The second period had their luck run out. I would also agree with that. Until they controlled the possession of the puck in the third period and create scoring chances, they'll lose. Agreed. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, they got to get control of the puck. And they have to control the possession of the puck. And that all starts with neutral zone play. If they can figure it out in the neutral zone, shut down the Carolina Hurricanes in the neutral zone before they get into the Red Wings defensive zone, which is where they smother the Detroit Red Wings the most currently right now. And there's hardly any neutral play right now because Carolina's just holding it down. Third period is now finally underway with the puck dropping here. Let's get some momentum, boys. Whiskey and Wings, unless they finish bottom 5, they do not. Oh, they only get it back if it's top 5 or better. Okay. So it's top 5 protected. Got you. Yeah, Scott says that as well. Top 5 if yeah, Toronto owns it if it's top 5. So yeah, Toronto don't finish bottom 5. They don't even have to finish bottom 5 because if they move up in the draft, so like let's say they finish 6th, but they move up a spot. That's possible. They get to keep it. Still get a good, decent player at 5th overall. Red Wings get their 11th shot on that. Casper getting a little feisty out there with Larkin and Raymond in the net front. Love to see that. So they got Casper up on the top line now, kind of moving it around, it looks like, which I actually like. Casper should be, if they want to get someone going, they should be putting Casper back up at the top line spot with Dylan Larkin and Lucas Raymond, where he flourished last year when Tom McClellan came in relief for Derek Lalonde as the head coach. Let's keep it in their zone. Penalty on Carolina. Finally, the Detroit Red Wings will go onto their first power play of the game. Alex DeBrincat getting that holding call on Chatfield for Carolina. Surprised that wasn't offsides on Alex DeBrincat right there, but nonetheless, pulls the delayed call on Chatfield for Carolina. Detroit Red Wings head to their first power play of the game. Just a minute and a half into the third period. Still got a little fresh Zamboni ice out there, so hopefully, there you go. Fin dog right into the belly of Bussy. Didn't exactly win the faceoff there, but good on Raymond to see Emmett Finney right there. Wish he passed it a little sooner so that Emmett Finney could rifle off that shot. Emmett Finney, good opportunity there, but didn't get the spot that he wanted, obviously. Carolina then clears the puck. Wouldn't imagine that there's a line change here. Yeah, Drew, got to agree. You got to get one here. You got to optimize on your chances because you don't know if you're going to take another or if you're going to get another power play in this game with a team as disciplined as the Carolina Hurricanes, doing a really good job at shutting down the Red Wings power play, special teams right here. Oh, Lucas Raymond, you forgot something there, bud. Puck is just not sticking with this team. Red Wings will go off on a line change to bring out the second unit there. Just under a minute left on the power play. Nate Danielson coming in with some speed. Handed it over to John Leonard on the line. Wings behind the net. Puck battling along the boards there. Nate Danielson getting the puck. ASP to Leonard. Red Wings cycling the puck. ASP pass to John Leonard, who gives it to Kopp in the net front, and Kopp scores. Let's go! Let's freaking go! Andrew Kopp from John Leonard, ASP. Let's go! Detroit Red Wings make it a 1-goal game, 3-2. Let's freaking go! That's my 2C, Andrew Kopp. That's my 2C out there on the power play. Yeah, good pass from ASP. John Leonard The one-touch pass from ASP to give it over to Andrew Kopp in the net front. Huge, huge goal right there. Huge goal right there. What was nicer, Chad? What was nicer? The pass from Leonard or the goal there by Andrew Kopp? Probably the pass there from Leonard, but that overall play in general. Andrew Kopp, 12 points in his last 12 games, power play goal tonight. Absolutely incredible. Assisted by Leonard and ASP. John Leonard. Michael Rasmussen getting into it a little bit there. John Leonard collecting another point, though. Who had that on their bingo card that he'd be close to a point per game player with this stint called up on the Detroit Red Wings? Absolutely incredible work by him. And by the staff as well for noticing the good work that John Leonard was doing down in Grand Rapids for the Griffins. Huge goal. Huge, huge, huge goal for the Detroit Red Wings. Making it a 1-goal game. You got 5 shots on net so far this period. To Carolina's 1 shot. You're locking it down. Ooh, Alex DeBrincat, good pass there. Ooh, you got to call that Svechnikov. Who did he just knock down there in the corner boards? Alex DeBrincat there with a good opportunity, trying to sauce it across the net. Oh, Emmett Finney, yeah, getting caught up in the skates. Okay, so he wasn't tripped or anything, just kind of got caught up there a little bit. Yeah, Drew. Yeah, and that's Andrew Kopp's been doing that really well, is staying in that net front, being able to collect goals right there. Seems like Todd McClellan has definitely found a good spot for Andrew Kopp to get rewarded, like you just said there. Going to the net, getting rewarded. Yep. Casper on the top line. Yep. Love seeing that, as he should. That's the best way that you're going to get him going. And then Casper, I believe he's still second on the team in hits. Someone comes a little bit with forecheck, something the top line can use. Emmett Finney, it's obviously not a demotion to him, but you got to get something going. And obviously, this is something. Red Wings getting a power play, special teams point. That's awesome to see. Bana would be extremely huge for Marco Casper to score to tie the game and to finally score to get his confidence up. Would agree. All right. Fingers crossed, everyone. Chat. Fingers crossed. Marco Casper ties it up. 3-3. Let's get her popping. Can the Canes making it 4 games in a row choking? Lord Venom? Ooh. Lord Venom's putting it out there in the world. Can they choke the Canes for the 4th game in a row? Will they choke to the Detroit Red Wings, who only have 15 shots on net with 40-plus minutes played in this hockey game? Drew! Casper sucks. All right, there it is, Drew. All right, big dog. All right, big dog. Let's see if that voodoo magic of yours works here. They listen to our calls. our cries, our tears. Let's get one more. I'll be satisfied if we can walk out with 1 point. 1 point is all I need. Good save there by Gibby. Red Wings doing a much better job on now allowing Carolina to get any and sustain momentum on the offensive pressure like they were in the second. Looks like they're doing a little better defensively, but still early in this period. Just don't make me eat my words now. Oh, Gibby, get back in net, bud. Get that puck, Casper. There you go. You got to get that out, though. You got to get this puck out, boys. You don't got too much time to mess around with it. Oh, there you go. Breakaway for the Red Wings. Dylan Larkin. Good save. Good save by Bussy. A little extracurricular activity with Raymond. Larkin out there in front of the net. Casper. Oh, Casper getting some punches in. Dylan Larkin with the breakaway there. Couldn't quite put it in. Shoots it over the net on the backhand, Larkin. Dylan Larkin needs to be a savior like he was against the Dallas Stars. Game tying and game winning goal would be absolutely epic to do 2 games in a row, Dylan Larkin. Prove the haters wrong. But like Drew says, it's not Dylan Larkin that sucks, it's Casper that sucks. And he means that as in, Casper, score the game tying goal. Please, we beg of you, please. Casper is doing everything right on the ice except scoring, Bana says. He's even been dishing some assists. Yeah, I would agree with you, Bana. He's been doing everything that he needs to, just not getting and seeing the rewards that he should. And unfortunately, that's partially why he's been playing on the third and fourth line, playing bottom 6 minutes. I wouldn't call it a demotion by any means, just is what it is. Casper is dealing with a sophomore collapse, Drew. Drew says, I had one more disc left in me. Bana, how many games would have won if the Red Wings could convert on those breakaways makes you think? Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Red Wings get their fair share of breakaways. It's not very often, but when they do get the opportunity, it does feel like very low percent of the time do they actually convert on those breakaways. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Lord Venom, be nice to see Raymond get a goal. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see Lucas Raymond get a goal. Anyone. I would love to see anyone on this team get a goal. Let's see. Albert Johansson. An Aljo goal? That would be really cool to see. Anyone. John Gibson goal. Give me a Gibby goal. So much for my score prediction being 4-2. That's out of the question. Maybe the other way around for Carolina. Let's not put that out there in this universe. The Red Wings are going to come back and tie this game. Hopefully. Just got to get the puck out of their own zone. Yeah, Carolina's finding that groove, able to keep the puck in the Red Wings defensive zone. Red Wings can't get the puck out. They do right there, but collect or very quickly corralled by the Carolina Hurricanes. Bana says, also, how many games would the Red Wings would have won if they just hit the net more? Then they missed wide open scoring chances. Shot at Dylan Larkin. It kind of looked like he may have gotten a little bit on that, but yeah, I agree. I mean, there were definitely. I mean, I went to a game. I think it was the Tampa Bay game, and I saw Kaner just wide over the top too. Alex DeBrincat obviously has had his fair share. Plenty of players on this team. Obviously, it comes and it happens, you know. But yeah, just imagine, right? Red Wings definitely got to be better at their shot selections, though. If they can actually get some shots off this game, which I would say this game, their shooting selection has been all right for the 15 shots that they've had. They got 2 goals. But once again, they seem to not be able to get the puck out of their own zone. Carolina does such a good job with the pressure. Wow, Carolina is just doing a really good job at not giving Detroit's defense any sort of breathing room whatsoever to be able to get a good puck clearance. This is absolutely incredible. And saved by the whistle. 11 minutes left to go in this game. Red Wings down 3-2 in the third period. Thanks for joining me once again, everyone. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Definitely appreciate that. And hit that subscribe button. Both of those are free. I truly do appreciate it. And so does Carlo. It's on baby duty. Probably watching this game. Bana is going to the game against the Avalanche on January 31st. Ooh. Little fight night action. Red Wings going on the penalty kill. Mason Appleton caught for cheating. What did you do? A little hooking. It's a kind of weak sauce. All right. And he just did that because he's ginger. That's kind of rude. Don't do that to my boy. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool though. Going to see the Colorado Avalanche. You know, I did that once. I went to go see the Colorado Avalanche play against the Detroit Red Wings. I think it was like in 2021 or 2022 when the Red Wings were super bad, and it was their second game in a back-to-back, and the Red Wings got absolutely destroyed. It was cool to see Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar. They had Mikko Rantanen at that point still, so that was pretty cool. But Red Wings just got dominated. It was ugly, very quick. I think they scored 4 very, very quickly. No, you got maintenance crew out on the ice right now shoveling some snow. Must have been a little extra pile there. Oh, and you went last year to the game at home against the Oilers. Hey, that would be another good team to see. Get to see Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. I would say Tristan Jarry, but he's injured. Hopeful for a smooth recovery for him, but you just can't make that kind of stuff up. Training for a goaltender, seeing if it makes an impact, and then immediately just gets injured. Played maybe like 6 periods total. Now, if I said earlier, Carolina looks like that they're playing on a power play, 5-on-5, what do they look like when they're actually on the power play? Well, we're seeing it here. Gotta clear that puck, cop. Wow, good save, Gibson. My goodness, he is tracking this puck so well. Oh, Just missed that, but good clear by the Detroit Red Wings. Line change for both sides, it looks like. Oh, it was that game, Bana? The Corey Perry and Joe Veleno fight? Oh man, didn't Joe Veleno get his butt whooped too? Or was that the fight that Joe Veleno actually held his own a little bit? Not too many fights did he get in. Joe Veleno there. Former Detroit Red Wings legend. Or some would say failed draft pick by Kenny Holland. Mode Sider with some speed coming in. Oh, you shoot that, Sider. Whew. High and wide. Not sure if the goaltender Bussy made that save there. Good opportunity there on the PK, though, for the Red Wings. Moritz Sider essentially going coast to coast. And Moritz Sider does not want to lose this game. A man does not get put into the benches and wants to lose the game. He that's his type of revenge. Hey, you can put me in your bench all you want, but at least I won the game. There you go. Come on, Aljo. There you go. Saving the puck, keeping it in the zone at least. After the first period, it said puck battles. The Detroit Red Wings were leading 70-30, but I'm sure that stat has dramatically changed. And I would say Carolina is doing much better at winning the puck battles. Oh, good opportunity there. Moritz Sider with another shot that just goes wide. Sider having one heck of a game. Simon Evanson coming in. Does Moritz Sider ever just come off the ice? Especially in the third period. Feel like he's out there at least 75% of the time. Good opportunity there by ASP. Good block or save by Bussy. I want an ASP goal. If we can get ASP going here, that would be sweet. Oh, and a blown tire by Larkin, and the Carolina Hurricanes score, making it 4-2. Svechnikov. Dylan Larkin blown tire and giveaway. Yowzers. Bad edge there, Larkin. Yeah, he knew it. Man, just applied that pressure. Made Dylan Larkin fold a little bit. Shake my head. Oh, I hate to say this about my captain, but you just did the complete opposite of what you did last game, buddy. There's still plenty of time left. I mean, 6:30 left to go in the third period. Shoot. What are you seeing crazier? Yeah, the Lone was still the head coach, and it was Dreisaitl's birthday. He had 3 points, 2 goals, 1 assist, and when the second goal being overtime game winner. Sheesh. Some of these bad rebounds that come out would be automatic goals if guys on the team would simply crash the net. Yeah. Carolina still doing their thing. Almost had another opportunity for our high danger Penalty? Play blown down. Nope. Red Wings to the power play. Nikolai Ehlers going to the naughty box. Maybe you could have called that on Svechnikov. Little hook on Dylan Larkin there. It is what it is, though. You can't change it now. Anyone here do fantasy football? I'm in 2 leagues. I got a family league and I got a league with some friends. I'm in the championship for both of the leagues. Derrick Henry, 3 touchdowns, 106 yards tonight so far. Wow. Balling out for me, dog. You love to see that. Got a 70% chance to win now. Sheesh. And then the other league, let's see, 77% chance to win. Guess I'm not going to say it. I'm just having fun. In my family league, it's Zuko and Ellie's team because I won last year and I just really wanted to have fun. Really didn't try too hard in that league. Plus, we had some family members that weren't really playing for too long after a certain point, which is fine. It's fun playing with my family and everything, but went undefeated throughout the regular season, went to the championship round. My dogs are good at fantasy football. I don't want to talk about fantasy hockey. I'm like 4-7 in 2 leagues. I'm only in 2 leagues. Drew says my fantasy football team was on IR all year. Oh my God. Yeah, there was one year, I think it was after week 1, and it wasn't someone in my league. I saw it on Twitter that someone posted like all their starting players were injured. Which is absolutely insane. All right. Red Wings starting on the power play. Carolina zone. Too many point shots, no screening of the opposing team's goalie, and nobody near the net to retrieve loose pucks or bang home rebounds. Yeah, I agree with you, especially when it comes to 5-on-5. We're obviously seeing that a little bit more on the power play, like with Andrew Kopp and his goal. But yeah, Red Wings got to be able to do that a little bit more 5-on-5. And that's JVR. I think JVR was missed in this game because of that. JVR also provides net front. Wish players like Rasmussen and Soderblom played a little bit more net front, being as big of bodies that they are. Man, what kind of pass was that? I think that was Raymond. They are just not clicking. Whatever they're doing here is obviously not working. And the Red Wings just don't really seem to be in it today. Nate Danielson gets clipped up high, no call for a penalty. Henry Moon says switch PP units, please. Yeah, they got the second unit out there. And I think that was just a little unnecessary there to wrap it all the way around the boards. There you go, Casper. Taking it into the net like that, though. Applying some pressure on Bussy. Honestly, point being, if the Red Wings lose this game, it's simple. They just did not put enough opportunities on that. They did not create anything at all this game. Really. They didn't do much of anything this game. JT Comfort did a really good job at deflecting a pass, was able to get Rasmussen coming down the slot. They converted on that. Great on them. And you score on the power play. All right. Yeah, it was a nice play. Other than that, they didn't do anything this game. Looks like the got an issue with the scoreboard or the clock or something. Only 10 seconds left in this game. Unless that's the timeout time right there. Drew says my hockey team has scored. My hockey team has most scored points by far, but everyone likes to have breakout weeks against me, and I'm up to 5-6 with a 4-game win streak. Oh, nice. There you go. Yeah, I started off my seasons in hockey really, really rough. I think like 0-4 or 1-3 in the first 4 weeks. It was brutal. Yeah, skate in the mud. Yeah, I agree. JVR was healthy scratch today, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he was. I think they wanted to get Soderblom in there. Casper was the scratch on Sunday. And then the game on Tuesday was Soderblom. And now today it's JVR. Oh yeah, JVR could be injured because I think they said something happened to him at the end of the game on Tuesday. Could be wrong. It was against Dallas, right? Bana says. Red Wings power play is over. Empty net now for the Detroit Red Wings. 3.5 left to play in this third period. Red Wings continuing the pressure in the Carolina zone. Carolina just doing a really good job in making sure the Red Wings not generating any opportunities for high danger shooting attempts. Finney behind the net, giving it over to Raymond. See, even like Lucas Raymond had nowhere to go with that puck. Red Wings trying to get the puck in the zone, then they can't. Now they have to skate over the blue line to get back on side. Dylan Larkin entering the zone and loses the puck very easily. There's Moritz Seider dumping it down. Two and a half left to play. Moritz Seider falling down, and it is waved off sides. They kind of got lucky there. Sheesh. What an ending to this game. Drew says, yeah, I took a shot off the knee. JVR being injured against Dallas, right? Never mind. I just saw your comment, Drew. Yeah. Yeah, I took a shot off the knee. That probably did not feel good for JVR, but it'll be interesting to see if Kaner comes back. Does anyone know when Kaner's supposed to come back? Maybe tomorrow. It'll be a nice little surprise. Oh, this team. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Is it possible? It would be like how, when was the last time the Red Wings did something like that? Shades of 2024 April, Detroit Red Wings against the Montreal Canadiens. Those 2 games that they had to come back and Lucas Raymond clutch mode. Maybe we can see that here against the Carolina Hurricanes. Be tough, but anything's possible in hockey. Cash Money, rough game. Gonna head out. Have a nice night, boys. Thanks for stopping by, Cash Money. I truly do appreciate you stopping by and joining us tonight. You have a great night as well. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your weekend, my good friend. As always, thanks for stopping by. Drew, sit Larkin. Jesus, Drew. We can't sit in our 1C. Who do you want to put up there at the 1C? Honestly, probably wouldn't be well, I should be careful when I say this. I don't want to get attacked. Put Casper at the 1C spot? No, I'm just kidding. Comfort? No, I'm just kidding. Danielson? Be fun for maybe a couple shifts. Would be interested to see something like that. And there's an icing. Carolina unable to put the puck in the back of the net. Shoot. Shots 37-18 in favor of Carolina. Carolina winning 4-2. Just over 2 minutes left to play. Red Wings empty net. Carolina with the puck. Red Wings doing everything in their power to not allow them to get an empty net goal here. Good stop there by Sider, allowing that to go in. Really? It seems like the only one who had some wheels in this game tonight? Moritz Seider. It's kind of all over the ice tonight. Very hard to miss. Very, very hard to miss. I would say for the most part, everyone else was pretty sound quiet. Larkin, Raymond. I mean, Larkin had that one breakaway opportunity, just completely whiffed it. Rasmussen got a goal, had a couple of other looks, but that's about it. And Carolina seals the deal fully with the empty net goal, making it a 5-2 game with 1:20 left to go. Yeah, Bana, 5 opportunities for Carolina to score on a wide open net, and they missed again. Well, I spoke too soon. Yeah, unfortunately, Carolina does score. Break the heart and souls of Detroit Red Wings fans everywhere. But hey, if we can, trying to look on the bright side, it's against the top Metro team. They play a really good defensive style game. If they take care of defense, the offense comes. They're a lot faster than a lot of people give them for. So respect to them for that. They've definitely have become, over the years, Carolina, that was the going, that they play a really boring defensive game of hockey. Honestly, it looks like they play a really good, fun game of hockey. They completely controlled this game. The first was a little back and forth. I think both teams were getting into the groove of things after a long break. I guess this is my post-game thoughts, so we can start going into that. Carolina just completely shut down the Detroit Red Wings. I would not put this on John Gibson whatsoever. 4 goals against. All of them coming at the expense of Carolina just breaking down the defense on the Detroit Red Wings. A lot of pressure in the defensive zone. Detroit unable to clear the puck, much how like they're unable to do right now with just 40 seconds left in the game. The Detroit Red Wings cannot get the puck out of their zone to get any momentum going. Offense was non-existent because the offense had to spend a lot of time playing defense. That's just the truth behind it. Carolina took advantage of Detroit's weak points when Detroit failed to pick apart Carolina's weak points and missing 2 key players in Seth Jarvis and Jacob Slavin. You went into break on a good note. You're coming out of break, not on a, I don't want to call it a bad note. It's an L. It's a loss. Call it a bad note, I guess, if you want. But you're coming back home tomorrow, playing against the Toronto Maple Leafs team who's dead last in your own division. Did they end up winning tonight? Wow, yeah, they're crumbling a little bit. Now they're up 6-5 on the Sens. Very high scoring game against the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Ottawa Senators right now. We just really struggle versus their style. Would hate to play them in playoffs. Yeah, absolutely. I would hate to play the Carolina Hurricanes in the playoffs. That's a team I see going out at trade deadline and making huge swings. Um, it'll be interesting to see what kind of swings that would be for Carolina. If they even need to. I mean, sometimes we've seen teams who don't make any additions or do very minimal at trade deadline to make them that much better going into the playoffs. But that's a team that I would peg as a contender this season for sure after watching them play. That was the first time I've seen Carolina play a game this year. I was very impressed by their game. Credit to them. They smothered Detroit. They did a really good job of making sure Detroit had no control over the game whatsoever. And you could see the frustration on the Detroit Red Wings, especially someone like Moritz Seider, who was the best player on the ice outside of Gibson. I think Gibson was by far probably the best player out on the ice. This easily could have been a 7-2 game if John Gibson was not in net. We have one of the most bipolar fan bases. We lose 2 or more games in a row. The sky is falling. We win 2 games or more in a row. We're so back. On the bright side, Grand Rapids is winning 3-0 in their game right now. Well, that's good to hear, Bana. Love to see that Grand Rapids is winning as well. I would not be surprised if they don't lose any more games. I will not be surprised if they only lose 5 games, like at max 5 games. They're very well coached, very deep as well. They have a lot of good players down there. But yeah, in terms of the fan base, yeah, I'm sure the fans online right now. I haven't been on Twitter yet, actually, really all night. I've been here hanging out with you guys, and I do appreciate you guys hanging around, chatting with me, talking shop about Detroit Red Wings and in this game against the top Metro and Atlantic teams in the Eastern Conference. Overall, it is what it is. The Red Wings are going to have these types of games. You can't always win them all. Definitely would have been a little bit better if the Detroit Red Wings actually came out with a little bit of offense too, but it just was not clicking for them. Carolina did a really good job at shutting them down. They're just a really good shutdown team. And when they shut you down, then it's off to the races. But yeah, the fan base really needs to chill. I guess it kind of goes back to the point being that we were talking about earlier is that within sports, fan bases are so quick to want to move on futures to make the team better now in that sacrifice. So that's where I can see some fans going towards is that, okay, going into the new year, this is when we really need to upgrade for a top 4D player. You just got to find the team that's willing to move on from a top 4 left-handed D. And I don't know if I'd move on from it. I would not include Albert Johansson in that package deal, only because I would shift Albert Johansson over to the right side on the third pair. Would do that. Ben Sherratt, third pair, left-handed D. And then whoever you just traded for, top 4 left-handed D, paired up with ASP. It's got to be someone who's heavy shutdown game. Someone that can cover for ASP and his lapses, because he does come with some. Still very much young, raw player who needs to be more on the offensive side, more so than the defensive side. Kosa gets his 3rd shutout. Good for Kosa. Not too much longer. We'll see him very soon. 3-0 final for the Grand Rapids Griffins with another win. Dub's a dub. There you go, GRG. Love that. Canes were also playing to rid their struggles, so they wanted to make a statement. We just couldn't respond. Yeah, Carolina, just as much as the Red Wings have a lot to play for, any other team has a lot to play for as well. Carolina, you guys were saying it in the chat, they were You know, they've allowed teams to squeak by 3 in a row. Could have been a fourth this game, absolutely, but they nutted up, shuttered the Detroit Red Wings down. They did a good job at that. So credit to them and not credit to the Detroit Red Wings, obviously. The Detroit Red Wings just, it was one of those games where they didn't come fully. I don't want to even say that they didn't come fully prepared. I think that they were the skates truly weren't there. That's the only thing. So they looked a little lackadaisical in that, but that comes to the point of how well Carolina did at sustaining pressure in the Detroit Red Wings defensive zone. As soon as they got the puck and cleared it, they couldn't generate any offense because their forwards were so tired. Everyone was so tired by the end of their shift that they couldn't generate any offense. And if they did, it was half-assed. And it sucks. But unfortunately, not a win tonight. It was a fun game, though. I appreciate y'all stopping by and joining me tonight. I think 2 hours, 47 minutes into this live streaming, I think this is where we can wrap it up with some final thoughts. Bana says Kosa also got an assist on Austin Watson's empty net goal. Sick, Kosa. Love that. Final thoughts. Red Wings are very lucky that it wasn't higher scoring from Carolina. John Gibson truly did everything he could to keep the Red Wings within this game. Even with Andrew Kopp making it a 1-goal game on the power play in the third period, making it 3-2. The Red Wings just weren't able to get any momentum going whatsoever. You had, what, under 20 shots on net? Let's see here. They had 20 shots on net compared to Carolina's 38. The Red Wings ultimately just did themselves no favors. But that's the type of game that Carolina brought, and they brought it on Detroit Red Wings, and it was very effective on them. Unfortunately, it just came at the expense of an L. All right, Drew. Yep. Same here. Almost bedtime, even for a Saturday. For a young guy like me, I know. About to go to bed here. Feed the dogs. Take them out one more time. Hopefully, have no nightmares of this L. So thanks for stopping by, Drew. Definitely appreciate it. Bana would have been a much worse result than it actually was. Yeah, it could have. Yeah, I mean, it could have been a much worse result. That's for sure. Yeah, 100%. I'm with you there, Bana. Other than that, thanks for joining me on this live stream, guys, for the Detroit Red Wings versus Carolina Hurricanes game, the two top Eastern Conference teams in the NHL. Lord Venom, thanks for stopping by. Everyone else, thanks for stopping by. I truly do appreciate it, and so does Carlo. If you guys haven't already, if you're still around, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends, tell your family about us as well. We truly do appreciate it. Spread the word, spread the love. We love talking shop about the Detroit Red Wings. Thanks, Bana. Truly do appreciate it. Next time, you know what? After this, once this ends, why don't you guys go in the comments and leave a comment for Carlo. Where's Carlo? Where was Carlo? Give him a little nudge. Give him a little shake. Let him know that you guys love him just as much. And until next time, we'll see y'all on the next episode and potentially live stream. Who knows? I appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Stay safe. See ya. Oh, Bana. Yes. Okay. Before I go. Okay, Bana, will you be streaming the game tomorrow night? I do have planned to go to the game tomorrow, but I got to follow up on that. So maybe I will be live streaming tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, but be on the lookout for a post either on our Instagram or Twitter, or maybe you'll just see it on YouTube. So if you haven't already, why don't you go ahead and hit that notification bell that lets you know when we go live, when we release new episodes, and everything else in between. So appreciate y'all. Now I'm really going to get going. I really do appreciate you guys. Have a great night. Stay safe. Let's go Red Wings. And I'll see y'all on the next one. See ya.